Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for March 31st, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle for Gemini. Let's see what's going on, Gemini. Okay, we're talking about a loss and we're talking about angels of the four directions. Some of you may be losing a group of people in your space. Some of this is like community energy. So, Spirit wants you to know that these people would have held you back. Okay, I'm seeing that you're losing something, but the angels of the four directions are here, which means that to release them with love or release things with love, like to say, I hope things work out for you. And, you know what I mean? Sayonara, que sera, sera, what will be type of energy. Yeah, we have the King of Wands, King of Cups. Yeah, Judgment, Ten of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. This means that eventually this would have been too much. The community, the people that you were surrounded by would have been too much. I'm seeing a lot of stress. You're losing stress. I mean, to be honest with you, you're losing that energy of like, this is, okay, well, having to work on things, being stuck on working with things, working things out with them. Um, yeah. So this, over the whole reading, speaks a lot about how, to some degree, you are continuously showing up, carrying the brunt of the success of a group of people. Like you may have been the one that was keeping things together, or you were the one that was the get along to get along kind of vibe here. And they're showing that you've been in an, like you have one foot in the problem, one foot out. Like how this would look is, you didn't cause the problems, but you're the one that's solving the problems. Most of the time, you're not the one causing the issues, but you find yourself solving the issues or being the front man for the solving of the issues. What you're losing is working on a hopeless situation or an endless situation. You're um, you're losing something that you've been fighting really, really hard to maintain, to keep together, that you had a lot of passion for. Maybe you were, sometimes the Knight of Swords is like, I'm fighting for something that I believe in. I'm fighting for something that I want. Having a lot of ambition. You may have been one that was standing up for the rights of everyone else in a group or something like that, or standing up for everybody and such. And that you're losing this. Something happens where it's like, listen, you're no longer stuck in this, but mentally you may be. Mentally, because the Eight of Swords is about analysis paralysis. Like, I'm stuck on this. Angels of the Four Directions is, they're ending this. Ten of Swords is like, it's over. The angels came in and said, we want this done. So if you find yourself or have found yourself maybe losing a quote unquote community. Now, this could be a hobby that you're doing. Well, now that these people either are leaving, maybe there was an issue that you could not resolve, an issue that had nothing to do with you, or just in fact, maybe we all graduated from this and we're all leaving, but you're still there. Or maybe I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I'm moving on to the next thing. And this group says, yeah, well, instead of pottery now, we're going to make baskets. And you're like, but I love pottery. I thought you guys were going to be here. That kind of energy. Or it could very much so be a group of people like friends or coworkers or family, where everybody's moving on to the next thing, and they're moving on from you, or the relationships are ending due to something, some betrayal. The angels have facilitated the ending because you're meant to have a new beginning, period. Okay, they're just like, it's time to move forward, it's time to let go of the old and move on to the new. A lot of these people that you may be separating from, if that is your situation, is they love you still. Nothing's really missing. It's not, they're not leaving because you suck. That may be the outward reason. That may be the thing that's said publicly. Maybe that's what it looks like. But in reality, I'm seeing them sending you a message saying, spiritually, we're always together. Like, nothing is missing. Love transcends everything. Like, no matter what, I'm always going to love you. Like, this is a continuum of like, the infinity symbol of, I will always love you, no matter what part of the continuum we're on. That always remains. They're trying to send that to you. I'm seeing the angel number 0220, and that's usually a number that encourages one to act on their ideas. It's like divine timing. knowing that certain things happen because you're meant to start on something new that you may have shelved so you could deal with certain people. Now it's time to go back to it. They're saying that you need to, for one, you have the benefit of good fortune, okay? And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything, okay? And in this place where 0220 shows up, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since whatever you plant will grow. No matter what you do, it will happen. Okay? You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. So this very important that you're, one thing you need to know is you're being provoked. I'm seeing the grand cross in someone's chart. That is a configuration that may not be the most common configuration. Not everyone has all of these things in their charts. There's certain things we do, and then there's certain things you don't, right? So look into your chart to see if they look for that sign. Look for that, okay? Look for 0220. Look for opportunities to exercise a certain muscle, whether it's physical muscles, mental muscles, some idea that you have. Look for opportunities to be able to implement that idea, those ideas. Okay, I'm seeing even for some of you, marriage may be important, or may involve, maybe there's, it doesn't always have to be the most like a literal marriage. It could be a figurative marriage. I know when I worked in a restaurant, they would, that's what we used to call putting together sauces. They'd be like, marry them. So if you had two ketchup bottles, one's half empty, one's like, whatever, we would marry the sandwich, marry the bottles, whatever that's what you call it. But I mean, that could be a figurative thing of like, me and this person, or me and these people, the things that we're doing is intertwined with each other. That could be important, but they are bringing up that it's time for you to bring an idea to life, and that certain things may have ended in order for you to do so, because it looks like you were imprisoned in a group. Whatever this group was, or whoever these people are, they were kind of holding you back. Okay, I'm seeing an electric eel energy as well. Okay, horses are maybe important. Great achievement is the Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. This is an event that happens where you realize something is over, something's done, I can't do anything about this. Maybe there's a separation for some of you, but then I'm seeing the great achievement is having peace despite all of this, despite not having the resource or the people around you. I'm seeing that somehow, some way, peace is established, right? And it looks like now maybe you don't know your way through the next steps, but you're supposed to, like, spirit wants you to kind of tap dance through things. Like if you're walking on hot coal, you're kind of like, hobbling through, like, oh shoot, I didn't expect it to be this hot. Yeah. Of course we did. Of course we did, right? I actually walked through hot coal before, and I cannot tell you, I didn't feel it. Not at first. I can't. I'm not even going to talk about that, because now I can walk through anything. Okay. Now I can go through the woods barefoot. I don't care what season it is. Um, Victim mentality is Four of Cups and the Eight of Wands, right? The victim mentality energy would to say that it's not fair that something has been emptied. Now I must fill this cup. It's not fair that I have to do this, right? And that you had to fill this cup with happiness. And it's like I was okay with how things were before. Like, why do I have to now start a new life, start a new journey? It's not fair to me. I am seeing some energy of that. Not that things aren't necessarily fair, but why am I being tested? Why did spirit do this to me? I can see that energy, because it's like now I have to move on. I don't even know how to move on or what to put in this cup. But whenever you start to doubt your next steps in your journey, you need to say something like, creative energy surges through me and leads me to new and brilliant ideas, because your ideas are important. There's something in that head of yours that spirit's saying you need to bring that together. You need to bring that to the forefront. You need to be independent of certain people. These people may have been codependent or created a codependency in you, where if they were to shut you out, you'd be lost. If you were to shut them out, you'd be lost. Like, there's a vibe of that energy. There's a diplomacy that spirit's bringing to the forefront as well, and a generosity that maybe you weren't able to be generous to these energies. I mean, to these ideas rather. That the stress from dealing with these people created impulsivity. It created impatience. Maybe they were self-centered. Okay. I'm seeing year of the horse, which is, I know 2002 is definitely one of the years. 2014, right? These are significant times. Maybe the times that someone was born. Um, 1990, 78, 66, 54, 42, 30. And that is because spirit is rapidly pushing you through, like they're forcing you through this portal of and look for that grand cross in your chart, but a portal to independence, diplomacy, generosity. And they're wanting you to build your confidence. They want you to also be able to scan your body, which gray may be important, the color, and they want you to learn it. And there's a reason for that. There's something in your response to things, to people. Maybe your body responds in a certain way. Spirit wants you to get familiar with that. Um, but also, that's about using your body as a pendulum. Most of the time, I say that every single time I see anything with gray. But you need to learn to scan your body, look at things black and white, ask your body, and so you would stand firmly on a flat surface, uh, and maybe feet shoulder width apart, and say, or length, whatever. Um, Ask yourself questions. Am I safe in this environment? Am I supposed to be in this environment? Um, what do I need to do? I need to build my confidence in this area, and it will sway forward for yes, backward for no. And Spirit wants you to do this. Okay. Hmm. You need to. What you're gonna have to do is smudge an area, right? I would say this, right? Get a candle, anoint it with lavender oil, and put it on your altar, maybe, or a place where you light candles, and get a single white rose and a little thing of water. It doesn't have to be a perfect cup of water. It could be a styrofoam cup for all we know, as long as it holds the rose up, right? And lay a bundle of dried white sage beside, and get some rose incense. And if you don't have rose incense, dried rose petals is just as good. You just light them, okay? Especially if you have like a little charcoal disc. Um, Light the incense and the sage bundle, pass the smoke over the altar, and say things like, "May grace be bestowed upon my spirit, and so it shall be, by magic sealed," or "So shall it be," or "By magic it's sealed." Kind of vibe. Just throw that in there, to help you to give yourself grace, to help you to build your confidence, to help you to see that creative energy does truly surge through you, and it leads you to new and brilliant ideas. You're meant to be pursuing ideas for some reason here. Okay, so you could be dealing with, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, um, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, another Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. You could be a Gemini, Cancer cusp, dealing with the Cancer, Leo cusp. We also have Libra, Scorpio cusp, Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp, or Aquarius, Pisces cusp, or Pisces, Aries cusp. The only signs I don't see here are Earth. So you could primarily be dealing with the Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.